What up, Scaccia Fam, and welcome back to another Scaccia Sunday. If you are watching this video, I am currently in the United Kingdom on vacation, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to finally do a questions video. And I've asked on Instagram and on YouTube for any questions that you all may have for me to answer. And it turns out that there are many, so I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also gonna try to take the time to answer just general questions that maybe weren't specifically asked, but have been kinda asked in general by a lot of people over time. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm so excited right now. So the first one I kind of want to address is one of those general questions, and it's mainly about my sexuality. I do get a lot of questions about it, about, you know, are you gay, are you not gay, are you this, are you that? And I don't want to be too crude about it. I don't want to say, oh, it's none of your business, because ultimately I'm putting myself out there to the public, so it does make sense that some of the Scaccia Fam are curious. I am gay, and I'm only gonna say that once, so listen up. And I'm very, very proud of my sexuality. I absolutely own who I am and, you know, how I was born. Like, I'm happy with myself. But what I do want to say is that it's not something I'm going to be talking about a ton. I'll probably joke about it here and there, like, you know, I watch a lot of Drag Race, so. But it's not the main reason that I'm on the internet. It's not my brand. Like, ultimately, I am a vocalist and a singer first, and what I want to bring to the internet is the music first and foremost. But that answers that. And it's actually a really great leeway into another question that I had. Why did you choose to portray a heterosexual relationship in your music video? So for those of you who are kind of new to the party, if you look through my older videos, you'll see that I have a music video for an original song that I wrote called Gravity. And in that video, it depicts me with a female actress. Actually, she's one of my friends, Megan Pita Hill, and she has gone on to do incredible things now, and I'm so proud of her. Hi, Megan. And to answer that question, I'm going to say first and foremost, and this is no disrespect to who I worked with on the video, but that was not my vision. Obviously, I wasn't gung-ho about the idea of having a female love interest in the video, and while it was a video for my song, the person who was directing and producing the video with me, it was his first music video as well, and he agreed to do it for a low price if he could add it to his portfolio as well, which kind of meant that it was tough because we had to come together with our visions. I wasn't able to just say my piece and say this is what I want, because it also had to kind of converge with what he wanted. And believe me when I say I did protest about having a female love interest in the video, because it's not me, obviously. It ended up happening anyway, because I couldn't really think of an alternative. So that's why. It has nothing to do with me being, you know, a self-hating gay or wanting to hide my sexuality. Trust me, I ain't hiding my sexuality from anybody. You mentioned a while ago that you have some original songs and music, and I'm wondering if you plan to put any of those on YouTube. So I put a couple of them on YouTube. This is a good question, by the way. I do have 7 original songs in an EP called No Longer Frozen, now available on Spotify. Actually, you can get it anywhere, honestly. I think I've seen it on Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever it is, you can find it. So it's called No Longer Frozen, and it's by me, Steven Scaccia. So if you want to check out some of my original music from 2015, you absolutely can. And I do plan to put more of them on YouTube, but I think right now I want to focus on gathering the resources to make new original music, you know? 2015 was now about 4 years ago, and I've grown as an artist since then, so that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Thanks for your question, Manny. Who is your favorite singer? Mariah Carey. Like, honestly, 100%, absolutely Mariah Carey. She is my idol when it comes to music, and if we're talking male vocalists, definitely John Legend. Mariah Carey, I love you so much. Oh God, this one is unfair. This is from Nikita, who, as many of you know, I have sung many duets with on the Safe House project. Shout out to you, Randy. You can check out our mashups on that channel. She asks, your all-time favorite drag queen, you can only pick one. That is not fair. I mean, because I have so many favorites. I'm gonna, you know what, for now though, I think, and this is putting any controversies aside, I don't really get involved with any of that. I'm just talking like pure performance on Drag Race and you know, just their Instagram and whatever, I'm gonna probably say Ms. Cracker. I'm a huge fan. I think she's funny and she's beautiful. But that's an unfair question because there's so many others that I want to list. And for those of you watching season 11 right now, I do have favorites on season 11. So if we're talking exclusively the current season, I'm probably gonna have to say Akira. But that's all I'm gonna say about season 11. No spoilers. When did you start your singing career? So I started my singing career 12 years ago. I kind of go based on when I had my first paying gig, because that's kind of ultimately when the career starts. So I had my first paid gig when I was 15 years old, and I am now 27, so I've been at it for 12 years, and it has been a lot of fun, and I feel like I've made some insane strides in the last year alone. So thank you for being on this journey with me. Let me see. What is your favorite part of the business? Writing, singing, or performing? Good question. For me, it's always going to be singing. I enjoy writing, and I'm getting better at writing. Singing will always be my favorite part. It is what keeps my anxiety levels low. It's the thing I've been doing the longest. I just love it so much. What is your all-time favorite song? I have a lot of songs that I really like, but I'd have to say there's a song by Billy Joel called Vienna. Lyrically, it's probably my favorite song. The lyrics kind of just talk about taking the time to enjoy the journey to your destination in life, to your career in life, to your dreams in life, and not just the dream or the goal itself, which is very, very important. If we're talking all-time favorite Mariah Carey song, probably Heartbreaker. But honestly, there's so many, I could never pick. She's got so many incredible songs. 18 number one, 17 of which she wrote. Why did you waste so much ice cream in Vegas? Listen, this is obviously a question from a friend of mine who was in a volleyball tournament in Vegas in January that we were both playing in, and I had some ice cream in a cone, and a lot of it just kept melting onto the floor, and it was not my fault. I would never waste perfectly good ice cream. But thank you for your question. I upload every week. Subscribe. How long do you practice a song before you record it? This is a good question. It depends on the song. If it's a song that I know fairly well, I might just run through it once or twice before getting in front of the camera and the recording mic. Other songs that are a little more challenging, I might rehearse for like a few days before recording. 4 weeks ago, I guess, I recorded My All and uploaded it to YouTube, My All by Mariah Carey, and that is probably one of the hardest songs of all time, so I absolutely made sure that I practiced it a lot, and I also did like 5 full takes of it so that I had the take that I was happiest with, you know, so it just depends on the song. How old are you? Are you Italian? Were you born in Canada? So that's just 3 questions, and very good questions. I am 27 years old. I am Italian. My parents were born in Italy and moved away when they were very, very young, and then they met here in Canada, which is where I was born. I've also had a couple people ask me if I have vocal training, and the answer to that question is yes. I studied voice privately for about 9 years, from 15 up until about 24. So up until about 3 years ago, I was studying voice privately, kind of on and off. So I do have a lot of vocal training. Along those lines, I've had a lot of people talk about whether or not I am a baritone or a tenor. This is actually a really great question. I've noticed it a lot, people asking if I'm a baritone, or just assuming that I'm baritone, or assuming I'm tenor, or this or that. I want to just break it down for you. So when it comes to terms like baritone, tenor, alto, soprano, you want to exercise caution a little bit when you're using these terms on pop vocalists. And the reason why is because pop vocalists use all parts of our vocal range extensively. If we're talking about my full vocal range in terms of lowest and highest singable note, I can go down into, I think my lowest note is comfortably about an F2 or something like that, but then in my head voice I can go all the way up to, I don't know, almost a high C, like a C6, and that goes beyond the tenor range. What you need to remember is that because pop vocalists are often using their falsetto, they're using different kinds of techniques, and they're using all parts of their vocal ranges because they're soloists, it's a little bit different, and these terms are more easily applied to classical or operatic singers or singers in a group or choir, because they have designated voice classifications. That's not to say that you can't use these terms on pop singers, and people absolutely do. In terms of my voice type or my voice classification, if we're talking about my prima voce, which is kind of like your prime voice, which is sort of the octave or octave and a half where your voice sounds the most effortless, it's kind of like the money spot, you could probably classify me as a second tenor or a first baritone. I'm kind of in between. Baritones don't sing some of the notes that I sing in the videos that I upload, for example. That's kind of my music education tidbit for you guys today. You can call me a barytenor because my money spot is more towards the mid-range, but I like to visit tenor notes and come back down. So that's why I say barytenor. It's not a real thing, but it's a thing now. Well, that has been it, Scaccia Fam. It has been a total blast and a pleasure answering all of your burning questions. Why do I keep saying that? Answering all of your questions. Thank you for asking them. And if I missed any, please make sure that you comment below and ask any other questions that you want, and I will answer them for you, either in a part 2 or in the comments. I'll reply directly to you. I cannot wait to see you all next week when I'm back from the UK, and I will be back to uploading songs again. If you have any requests, let me know. If you like this video or my singing, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every week. Make sure you smash that like button, comment, and share. Thank you, Scaccia Fam. Y'all are amazing, and I cannot wait to see you next week with another cover. Bye.